Good morning, all of you. Now let us start a new chapter, the Sultans of Delhi. The period from AD 1206 to AD 1526 is described as the period of Delhi Sultanate. It was called the Sultanate period because the rulers of this period assumed the title of sultans, and that's why this period is called Sultanate period. In this period, there were five dynasties which ruled over northern India. They were the Slave dynasty, Khalji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty, and Lodi dynasty. The Slave dynasty or the first dynasty ruled from 1206 to 1290, and the four important rulers were Qutbuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, Rajia, and Balban. The second dynasty was Khalji dynasty, and the two important rulers were Jalaluddin Khalji and Alauddin Khilji, and their period was from 1290 to 1320. Then came Tughlaq dynasty. The most important rulers were Ghayasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and their time period was from 1320 to 1414. And the fourth dynasty was Sayyid dynasty. They ruled from 1414 to 1451. And the last or fifth dynasty was Lodi dynasty. They ruled from 1451 to 1526. So about all these five dynasties you will study in this chapter. So let us know the main sources of information about the Sultans of Delhi or Delhi Sultanate. Inscriptions, coins, architecture provide a lot of information about the Delhi Sultanate. Most valuable information is provided by histories. They were called Tarikh or Tawarikh and written in Persian language, the language of administration. Means all the administrative work were done in Persian language that time. The authors of Tawarikh were learned men, administrators, and courtiers who both recounted events and advised rulers on governance. But these had limitations because the authors of Tawarikh lived in Delhi and other cities. That's why they mainly wrote about city life or life of nobles or kings, and they wrote very few about the common people and the rural life. Second, they praised sultans in the hope of rich awards, and that's why many times they exaggerated about the sultans. They advised rulers on need to preserve an ideal social order based on birth and gender. So, on the basis of these sources, let us know about various dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. And the first dynasty was Slave dynasty. This dynasty ruled in India from AD 1206 to AD 1290. And the first ruler of Slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak. The first sultan of Slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak, and he was the founder of Slave dynasty. He was one of the generals of Muhammad Ghori. As you studied in previous chapter that Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in the second battle of the Rhine, and he conquered Delhi. And when he returned back to his country, he appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as governor of the conquered territory. So, after Ghori's death, Qutbuddin began to rule as an independent ruler in India, and he was the first Sultan of Delhi or the founder of slave dynasty. Qutbuddin was very kind-hearted man. He was called lakh bucks or donor of lakhs because when he became the Sultan of Delhi, he donated lakhs of money among the poor, and that's why he is called lakh bucks or donor of lakhs. He built the Quwwatul Islam Mosque in Delhi. He started the construction of Qutub Minar, but it was later completed by his son-in-law Iltutmish because he died in 1210 because when he was playing Chaugan or horse polo. Now the next ruler or second ruler of slave dynasty was Iltutmish. Kutubuddin was succeeded by Iltutmish. Iltutmish is considered as consolidator of the slave dynasty. Means he made the slave dynasty a very strong, or he made his position very strong. He faced many problems but dealt with them with valor and intelligence. Iltutmish fought against the Turkish nobles and the Rajput rulers in the north. He defeated the rulers of Ujjain and Ranthambore and consolidated his position in northwest. He annexed Bihar and Bengal to his empire. Iltutmish also defeated Muhammad Ghori's general Kubacha. He refused shelter to the victims of Genghis Khan and saved his empire from Mongol attack. He completed the construction of Qutub Minar that was started by Qutubuddin Aibak. See the picture of Qutub Minar. It is situated in Delhi. You can see here. He had many sons, but he did not consider them capable and decided to crown his daughter Razia as the Sultan. After his death, the nobles crowned his son Ruknuddin Firoz Shah, but he failed to manage the affairs of his kingdom. So he was succeeded by Razia according to the wish of the people of this kingdom. Now let us know about Razia Sultana. She was the daughter of Iltutmish and the only woman Sultan of Delhi. Her reign was full of problems as she faced many rebellions or revolt from the nobles of her dynasty. She wore a male attire and rode an elephant like man. She succeeded in establishing law and order in her empire because she was a very capable lady. The nobles conspired against her and killed her in a battle. Because she was a woman, that's why they did not like to rule by a woman. Razia lies buried in a grave in Turkman Gate as a great woman warrior of her time. So, in this way, Razia was killed by her own nobles. Now, Gayasuddin Balban. Balban was the last important slave king. He was also very powerful ruler. He reorganized his army and fought against the local rulers. He defeated many of them. And about Balban in detail, you will study in the next class. This is enough for today. Thank you. Have a good day. But you should read this paragraph and you can see many pictures of mosques built during Sultanate period. So, like these, many other historical buildings are available and they are also very good source of information about Delhi Sultanate. Thank you. Have a good day.